So now we have derived the expression for the transconductance Gm is equal to Gm naught into 1 minus VGS by Vp, where Gm naught is the transconductance defined at VGS is equal to 0 volts, right? But we know the Shockley's equation. Once again I am writing the Shockley's current equation. ID is equal to IDSS into 1 minus VGS by Vp whole square. This is the Shockley's current equation. So from this equation, I will modify this equation as 1 minus VGS by Vp is equal to, if you take this to the left side, ID by IDSS, and I am taking this square to this side, so I will get a square root. So I can write ID by IDSS with a square root. Now substitute this value in the transconductance. Now I can write Gm is equal to Gm naught into square root of ID by IDSS. That means your transconductance also depending upon the ID value. When suppose if ID is equal to IDSS, then Gm will be equal to Gm naught. That means from this statement I can say generally for a field effect transistor, the maximum saturation, drain to saturation current exists when VGS is equal to 0. And if ID is equal to, suppose if ID is equal to IDSS by 2, then Gm will be is equal to, you will get 1 by root 2 Gm naught. 1 by root 2 means 0.707 Gm naught. Similarly, if ID is equal to IDSS by 4, then Gm will be is equal to 0.5 times that of Gm naught. Only half of the value we are going to get. So this is about the small signal mode. And now we are going to calculate the input impedance also. The input impedance Zi, generally we will indicate with Zi. As we have already drawn the circuit for the small signal model. So in that small signal model, between gate and source, we are not having any components. It is simply open circuited between gate and source. Between drain and source, we are having a current source parallel to a resistance RD. This is between drain and source terminals. The current flowing through it is ID. This is RD. This value is Gm VGS. So the direction is in the downward direction. So this is the small signal equivalent, and the voltage between drain and source is VDS plus minus. That is our output voltage. Right. So from this circuit diagram, the input impedance is seen between the gate and source terminals, Zi. So does we have any input resistance here? It is open circuited. That means the input impedance Zi will be equal to infinite ohms. The input impedance will be equal to infinite. And similarly, if we can calculate the output impedance, the output impedance Z0 will be is equal to generally 1 by RD. Z0 will be equal to 1 by RD. Why? Because this is the admittance. So when you see from this, the only resistance here you are having is Z0 RD. Right? So this is the admittance parameter. That means Z0 will be equal to 1 by RD. So this is the output impedance. So generally we will calculate this output impedance from the output characteristics curve also. So once here I am writing the output characteristics. The output characteristics are drawn between ID versus VDS. The characteristics are like this. So this is the situation when VGS is equal to 0 volts. This is minus 1 volt. This is minus 2 volts. Let us assume VGS is equal to minus volt and the quiescent point is here. So we have to write tangent line on this. So the calculation of RD will be, so this difference is delta VDS and this difference is delta ID. So here from this I can calculate RD is equal to delta VDS divided by delta ID. Actually, the slope will give 1 by RD value, but I have directly written. What is the slope of this? Delta ID by delta VS. Delta Y divided by delta X means that is the slope M. That means that is nothing but 1 by RD value. That will be delta ID by delta VDS. I am reversing that. I am going to get the drain resistance here. RD is the drain resistance. So this is how you have to calculate the output impedance of the field effect transistor from the small signal model. But here the input impedance and the output impedance calculations are different for different biasing circuits we are using for the field effect transistor. In the previous class we have already discussed fixed biasing, fixed DC biasing, self DC biasing and voltage divider bias. Right? And not only that, for the three configuration of the FET, that is common source, common drain and common gate, the input impedance and the output impedance are going to change because the circuit diagram is going to change. So that is the reason why first I am going to discuss the common source amplifier using small signal model. So now I am going to discuss analysis of FET amplifiers. Analysis of FET amplifiers using small signal model. Here I am analyzing for common source, common drain as well as common gate. So first I am going to analyze it for common source amplifier. And for common source amplifier I am using fixed bias circuit. Right? So I am going to discuss it. So take the circuit diagram for fixed bias configuration common source amplifier. So here I am using N channel FET and I am using in common source amplifier. So here I am using N channel FET, field effect transistor. So take the circuit diagram of the amplifier first. Later we are going to analyze using small signal model. Right. So it contains a n channel FET. Right. I am using fixed bias configuration. So the source is directly connected to the ground terminal. And the drain terminal is connected to VDD using RD. And at the gate, a resistance RG we are having. From that, a negative voltage minus VGC is connected. And the input is applied through the gate using a input capacitor, and the output is taken from the drain through the output capacitor. So this is the drain terminal VDD and it is RD. The current flowing through it is ID, and I am taking the output across the drain terminal through this output capacitor. Let us assume C2. This is the gate terminal. This is the source terminal. The source is always grounded. And this is RG minus plus VGG. So here I am applying the input signal source V in. This is capacitor C. So this is the common source amplifier circuit. So now what I am doing is, I am going to find out the basic 4 parameters of the amplifier. What are the basic 4 parameters of the amplifier? We have to find out the input impedance, the output impedance, the current gain and the voltage gain. Here I am not defining the current gain. Why? Because for my field effect transistor, the input current IC is equal to 0. Means we have to say the current gain is output current by input current, ID by IC, means infinite. But does it have infinite? No. Actually, we are not using, sometimes we won't use FET amplifiers as a driver circuits. We will use only BJT. Why? Because BJT will give more output current. We can use it as a driver circuit. But FET won't give that. But theoretically what we are saying is ID by IG means infinite, but practically it is not possible. Remember that point. Right? So I am going to find out only the 3 parameters. So I am going to find out the input impedance, the output impedance and the voltage gain. Here generally when compared with the bipolar junction transistor, FET amplifiers are linear. Why I can say linear is because they are offering very high input impedance. And the temperature variation is also very less when compared with the BJT. Why? Because my output current is controlled by the input voltage only. Right? But in case of BJT, the output current IC is affected by VBE, beta as well as IC naught, reverse saturation current. They are changing with respect to temperature, but here we are not having that problem. Right? So this is. So now I am going to find out this. So I will replace my transistor with the small signal and equivalent circuit diagram. And here I am doing the AC analysis. So I am not considering the DC voltage. So I will short circuit my DC voltage while I am drawing the equivalent circuit diagram. So now I am drawing the AC equivalent circuit diagram for that common source amplifier. So AC equivalent circuit diagram. Right? So at the input side, I will have my input VI. While we are doing the AC analysis, we have to short circuit the capacitance valve. Right? So that is the reason why I have short circuit. But in DC biasing, what I have done is I have open circuit. Right? So, and here I am having a resistance Rg. And whatever the VGG I am having here, I am short circuiting it. That is the reason why I am indicating like this. So from this, it is grounded. And what is the meaning? What is the meaning of this? VGG is short circuited. So this is Rg. Right? And from the output side, first I am going to have a current source. That current source value is GMVGS, followed by a resistance parallel to it, RD. And between drain and the ground terminal, I am having RD here. What I have to do? I have to short circuit this VDD also. That means this is the gate terminal. This is the source terminal and this is my drain terminal starting here. I am writing this one. This is GM VGS. This is RD. Right? And here drain, from the drain I am having a resistance RD that should be grounded. Why? Because here VDD is connected like this. That means a voltage source. That means drain source. Here I am short circuiting the VDD means I have to connect this to the ground. Here what is the ground? Source. So that is the reason why I am directly connecting to the source terminal here. Don't get confused. So I am writing all the parameters. So this is RD. This RD is the drain resistance. It came from the small signal model. But this RD is the drain resistance we have connected here. Right? And what is the value of this? This is GMVGS. And this is the drain terminal. This is the source. So here also this is gate and this is source terminal. So this is the small signal equivalent. So first, now what I am going to find out is I am going to find out the input impedance. So I am starting here. I am writing the input impedance. The input impedance Zi is given by, it is simply Rz. Right? So I can write Zi is simply equal to Rg. So there is no problem. Zi is equal to Rg. And now I am going to calculate the output resistance. So the output resistance is seen between the output terminals. So Z0. Are you getting my point, guys? So here the output resistance is seen between drain and source terminals. So generally the output resistance or the output impedance is calculated when Vi is equal to 0. Are you getting my point, guys? So while I am calculating the output impedance, we have already seen output impedance is calculated when Vi, the input is 0. When Vi is 0 means, does we have VGS? Why? Because the gate to source voltage is 0. Means this term will be 0. That means it is open circuited. That means the equivalent circuit diagram for output impedance will be like this. Here I am drawing. There won't be any input RC. Why? Because this is eliminated. And the gate to source voltage, which we have to calculate between across the RG, that will be also 0. If VGS 0 means this current source value is also 0, means it will be open circuited. So I will simply write a open circuit like this. So in order to differentiate, here I am writing VGS, that is equal to 0. Are you following me? You have to continue from this to this. So this is RD and this is the drain to source resistance, capital RD, drain and source terminals. So here I have to calculate my Z0. What is Z0? This is in parallel with RD. So I can write the output impedance Z0 is equal to small rd parallel with capital RD. Small rd capital with capital RD. Generally, the small rd value is very much greater than, or generally we can write this is the statement, rd will be greater than or equal to 10 rd. You can follow this statement or this statement, whatever it may be. So RD value is higher. So when a larger resistance is in parallel with a smaller resistance, generally we will neglect the larger resistance value. So I can write Z0 is approximately equal to capital RD. Remember this value. Alright, so this is output impedance. So now I am going to calculate the voltage gain. I am going to calculate the voltage gain AV. I am not calculating the current gain AI. So here I can write V0 is equal to, first I am writing the expression for V0. What is V0? V0 is the voltage between drain to source terminals. This is the one, this is plus and this is minus. Right? So in order to actually, I can replace these two with a single resistance. The resistance value is equal to RD parallel with RD. Small RD parallel with capital RD. So I can write V0 is equal to minus GM into VGS. Right? I can write it as minus GM into VGS multiplied by small rd parallel with capital RD. But actually what I am interested? I am interested in V0 by Vi. Actually Vi is nothing but the voltage drop across gate to source. Why? Because the drop across RG is nothing but your Vi. Because from this I have seen my input. So I can replace VGS with Vi. So I can write V0 is equal to minus GM into Vi into small rd parallel with capital RD. So the voltage gain AV is equal to V0 by Vi, which is equal to minus GM into RD. Why? Because previously we have assumed the output impedance RD parallel with RD means we have equal to Z0 is equal to capital RD. So I have replaced with this. So this is the final expression for voltage gain. AV is equal to minus GM into capital RD. So this is the input impedance, the output impedance and the voltage gain for the common source amplifier when it is used in fixed bias. Actually this circuit diagram is for fixed bias configuration. Similarly, we can analyze for self bias configuration as well as voltage divider configuration. Right? So next we are going to discuss